Good morning. It's Peter Zallam's Griniflix Adventure 8. I'm at McMaster's Beach today and doing some filming and taking some photographs. So over the next couple of days I'll be just walking around to the different locations. I'm on a whole bunch of rocks here. Oh. You got to be careful on rocks. And look at this, real live action. I got a filter on here. Looks like the filter has taken the brunt of the fall here. Cracked the filter. It was slipping on the rock. What's actually happened with the weight of the camera, it snapped off the connection here on my lens strap. So I do have a spare one here. So what does that tell you about these lens straps? They do have, there's a limit to how much strain they can take. This lens and camera body probably weighs close to 2 kilograms, so if you just jar it suddenly, it looks like it can break. Okay, live and learn. I've got a spare one here. Never thought I'd have to use a spare one, but now I actually know that these straps, yes, they are very convenient in taking them on and off, but if you have a bit of a mishap like I just did, they aren't necessarily that strong. It's good to know that. Alright, so I've made a bit of a repair. We're back in action. Alright, now let's have a look what's going on here with the lens. See whether I can actually undo this. Okay. I have actually serviced this lens once before, so I did pull it apart. Hence this whole collar is coming off right now, which is okay. Oops. I'm gonna have to, it looks like I've mucked up something here. Oh, I see what's happened. I'm gonna have to pull this lens apart again. I just stuffed it up. I can't believe it. Everything's just happening all at once. Alright, back to the workshop I go. I've really stuffed this up. This wasn't supposed to be like this. I was going to do some filming here with this lens, but I'm going to have to repair this lens now, and maybe that's what the video is about, how I repair this lens. Moving on. Okay, I'm back at the house now to work out how to actually put this lens back together. This is a locking ring, so it actually holds the center of the lens in place in the right location relative to all the housing. So what I did by trying to knock taking this locking ring off and trying to get that loose glass around here and shake it off, I actually shook out the center of the lens, and now it's in the wrong position. Okay. So that's that, and the issue was that I had the aperture in the wrong position also, so it didn't line up. So whether I can actually line it up now or not is another issue. What a pain. So I'm pretty sure I've got the aperture in the wrong position. Okay, there we go, got it apart now. So the only thing that actually holds that in place is this collar. Now normally there would be a locking screw, little locking screw there, not sure you can actually see it there. But anyway, over the years that's been taken out and hasn't been put back, which is no big deal. So when I move that around, you can see how it opens and closes. That's fine, it's working. When it's closed, that opens it up, which also works. So that's good. Now from memory, that's got to be completely open. And then you got to line everything up correctly. You got this internal focus here as well, just to add a few more complications. That little notch there has got to fit into the right notch there. I will recommend you to, if you want to dismantle this lens and actually put it back together, there is a great guy that I follow, and I'll provide a link in the video here to his specific video on how to service these old Nikon 85 1.4 f1.4 lenses. He's very good. With all my old lenses, I do follow him. I forget his name now, but it will be there in the link. Okay, so alright, this is actually pretty good. On infinity, this notch lines up with that notch there. So we'll start off with that. The aperture's got to be on f16 by the looks of things, so that you can actually slide it in. So my aperture ring's got to be at f16. My focus is there on infinity. That should all slot in. Famous last words. Does it slot in? Does slot in, so let me just see whether I can get this collar back on. Okay, I think that's all working now. I'll have to put it back onto the camera to test it for sure. So I still got the same issue right now, and that is how to get this filter off. Let's see whether I can do this or not. Yeah, not having much success here. Alternative is actually smash out the glass, and that will take the stress out of this whole aluminium frame. Or I try and bend this back. Let's put the lens aside. You can see there's fragments of glass there. Alright, so hold the lens, shake out the glass, put the lens aside, smash the glass, and then try and take this off. Okay, well, I'll put some tape on both sides of the glass, stop the fragments from going everywhere. I should just be able to smash this. Okay. There's the glass. And there's the ring. Hopefully that's sort of loosen the ring off a bit. Still jammed on. Okay, we're pulling out the big guns now. That filter ring is still jammed on this collar. My next idea is to sort of break this ring and relieve the stress, which might give me a more of an opportunity to release the filter ring off the collar. Let's see whether we can do this or not. Needless to say, I don't want to damage the actual collar itself. Okay. I think we're almost there. That's part of the actual filter that holds the glass in place. You can see that we're almost there. We've got a bit of thread to break. Voila, got it off. So that's a 72mm filter. And is my collar damaged in any way? I'm not entirely sure right now. It looks pretty good. I think the filter took all the brunt of the fall. So I think we've saved the lens, which is great. Better clean up the lens now and then test it to see where all the, put it all back together correctly, that it's the aperture is working, that the focus is working properly. And then we can get back to what I was hoping to do and take some photographs. Alright, so final stages, just give it a bit of a blow. And let's see whether this all works now. So that works. That's at f16. F4, 2. Work button works, so that's good. Now to see whether my focus is correct. Alright, so I'll focus on these broken rings. Okay, let's have a look. Zoom in. Not sure whether you can see, but anyway. So the minimum focus seems to be okay. So the other thing to test for is infinity. So I'll take a shot with infinity. Okay, I think I've got the shot. Don't know whether you can, okay, you can see on the back of the screen I've actually, and that is coming out with good contrast. So that's at f5.6 400th of a second and about, I don't know, 400 ISO, so that's good. So all my focus is correct. I have put the lens back together after it fell apart. I don't think I've got another 72mm filter to try it out, but I will get back out there and go do what I was going to do, and that is to take some photographs. These are a bit of a worry. I'm going to have to rethink this. These straps, okay, even though the cord there is fairly strong, the weak point is where the strap joins this plastic component here, and I guess there must be a lot of stress around that point. So if there's a lot of weight put on that, it can snap off, especially with a large camera like this. I am going to review all my straps. I mean, these were all the cheap Chinese straps, no name brand, so there is no reinforcement, I guess, no wire reinforcement within the strap to give it some strength. The rest of the strap is okay, but the weak point is obviously that. If that hadn't broken, then the camera wouldn't have dropped onto the ground and wouldn't have hit the rock, and I wouldn't have a broken filter and potentially broken lens. So I guess that might be the topic of today's video. It's time to review your straps. Are they really strong enough for a sudden jolt, and will they break? And if it does break, what's going to happen to the camera? I'll show you some photographs anyway that I took, and at least we've got some photos, we've got a bit of a lesson, we've got a bit of a mishap. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful. It wasn't what it was supposed to be, but I guess there's a lesson there to be learnt. Decent straps, especially when you're carrying a number of kilos around your neck, and if there's a sudden jolt, what's the weakest point on the strap that's going to fail, and what's going to happen to your camera? There's the lesson. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Do like. If you're not already subscribed, I'd welcome your subscription. Please do subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Cheers.